books is by Dan O'Reilly. In this book called Predictably Irrational, he talks about how we make decisions based on information or things that we see, and how we can actually rationalize our decisions. So one of the studies I want to share with you guys, I want to relate it to the fitness world, how I actually use it for my clients, and how it actually truly makes a difference because of this. So when I first heard the study, what it was talking about was how in a local college pub, they're gonna do 3 studies with college students to find out how information would change the outcome of the study. So the very first study they did was have 2 pitchers of beer. One was just labeled beer A and the other was labeled beer B. What they're gonna do is have them blind taste test this, and they were not gonna reveal any information to them at all. They're just gonna have them taste test it and say, we like A or B. They all come to the door and all of them picked B, okay? Now, the second study they come in, this time they're going to reveal what is in the beer, or what it is, and then see if that changes the outcome. Now, the beer did not change. The only thing that changed is the fact that they gave them information right then and there of what was inside this pitcher. So beer A was actually Budweiser, and beer B was Budweiser, and every ounce of alcohol had 1 drop of balsamic vinegar. Now, if you're thinking about this right now, some of you guys probably think that sounds disgusting, balsamic vinegar and beer. That is exactly what the outcome was of this. Individuals heard that and thought right away that it's going to taste nasty, it's not going to be good. They already made up their mind before they even tried it that this was going to be a nasty beer and they're going to pick beer A. So they did the taste tests. A lot of them would pick up beer A, just drank it, knowing what it's going to taste like. Beer B, they thought about the thought of balsamic vinegar in there, and right away it triggered their mind, says this is going to taste nasty. Some of them had this like disgusting look on their face when they started to drink it because they thought it was going to taste nasty. They visualized it being that way. And at the end of the study, they all picked beer A because of the balsamic vinegar being a beer B. Then they took the exact same 2 pitchers of beer for the third study, and this time they're going to do a blind taste test, but then give them the information afterwards to see if it changes it. Now, if you remember in the first study, they just did a blind taste test without any information before, during, or after. So this time they're going to give them the information strictly afterwards to see if it changes it. So they go and they drink beer A, which is the same as was before, beer B, which is a balsamic vinegar mixture, and they still picked beer B with the blind taste test. Then afterwards, they revealed to them what was in there, and they thought it was an interesting mixture. They enjoyed it so much, they stuck with their decision, and it still was, the pick was beer B in this situation. Now, why do I find this so fascinating? Because in the fitness world, we have a tendency to do this. Matter of fact, some of you guys probably think about hitting a new PR, right? Or run a faster run or whatever it might be. And you guys go to throw more weight onto a bar to do squats or a bench press. And in your mind, you kind of set limits based on the knowledge ahead of time. You know what the weight was. You know what you did last time. You kind of know how you struggled and that kind of stuff. So right away, when you go to your next lift, even though maybe you're maybe recouped or more recovered or refreshed, maybe you did a lot better with your nutrition this week or whatever it is, you still relate back to your last lift and you decide to pick a weight that you knew back then you could do comfortably and still try to push yourself a little bit. So you go and throw on some weight. Well, what happened in this world is we did this study with some of our clients where we took and had them pick a weight they thought was the most appropriate weight that they're going to hit a certain range of reps for. And then when they started to get ready to do the lift, we distracted them, slid on some like 2.5 pound weights or 5 pound weights, and then had them do a lift again. And then we revealed the fact that they did more weight than they thought that they were doing. And it was astounding to realize how many people actually broke new records or never lifted that weight before because they thought they couldn't. But see, they didn't know what was going on there. They just thought that they're at this point that they know they could do it, they felt confident with it, and they had the knowledge of it. See, if we were to take the weights and throw them on ahead of time, say, we're going to try to bump this up 5 pounds or 10 pounds or whatever it is, they probably would have thought right off the bat that they're not going to be able to do it. Kind of like thinking about the balsamic vinegar in that beer. They have that tendency to think like, I can't do this. I can't do that weight. I tried before and I failed, or maybe I did it and only got a couple reps, or I just can't get the weight up all the time, or I struggle. Whatever it is, that mindset factor truly affects our outcomes. And that's where this book was most probably impactful to my life, was learning how we actually make decisions, how we see things. And then I started to change my philosophy around the way I do things. So if you guys get a chance, pick up the book by Dan O'Reilly called Predictably Irrational and read it, or you guys get the audiobook if you like doing that too. But you guys will find that this is going to be one of the most outstanding books that you guys can read that's going to help you understand the choices that we make, the decisions that we make, and how it truly affects our outcome in life.